Welcome to 4th and 30, folks. We have a great show for you today. Some of our topics include the New York Knicks hot start, baseball free agency, fantasy football, Tom Brady and Justin Bieber, and you're wondering how that's going to go. Join me as I'm joined by Deon, Ray, and Chip for more 4th and 30 coming up right now.
Do I think Amani Stoudemire can take the Knicks to the championship? No! I don't. It's ridiculous. And we'll get to that in just a few minutes.
Welcome back to 4th and 30. We're back here now, and our first topic for debate for today is the New York Knicks hot start. Now, the New York Knicks just acquired Amani Stoudemire in the offseason, and since that trade, they've been on fire. So, Deon, Ray, what do you guys got to say about the New York Knicks hot start?
Well, I'm going to start with this one. First of all, Amani Stoudemire, completely overrated. One-sided player. He's all offense. He's no defense. And I'm sorry, I know they're in the East, and you don't need to be 7 foot anymore, but how can you be a center and be 6'8"? You just can't do it, and that's going to be the Knicks' downfall. You don't play defense, and you're a 6'8" center. You get to the NBA Finals, whoever's coming out of the West is going to have a completely oversized center. He's going to take care of that matchup right there.
I think I'd have to agree. Mari's definitely undersized. Definitely not.
Although he did score
player.
9 straight 30-point games for them.
Oh, don't interrupt them, Max. They had such a good start.
All right, Chip, sorry.
But Raymond Felton, he's a great addition too. They're really turning things around there. Mike D'Antoni, he's really reshaping that team. I don't know.
The fast-paced offense, it'll go a long way for the Knicks. D'Antoni's offense, they push the ball, they run. That'll only take them so far. And all I got to say is until Carmelo Anthony gets to the Big Apple, the Knicks can't make it out of the Eastern Conference Finals. It just won't happen. Chip, I know, until Melo gets there, New York ain't going anywhere.
Oh, boy, you had me with Stoudemire. Yes, he is incredibly overrated. He is just one big brick. He's boring to watch. All he does is dunk. He puts me to sleep every time I watch this guy. Carmelo, come on. Come on. He is going to bring New York down just like Prince James did to Cleveland. He's going to get their hopes up and he's going to bring it right down. You know I'm right on this. Come on.
So, Chip, let me get this right. Dunking is boring to you.
Well, it's just how he does it. Yes, the way he does with those. What's with the goggles too? I mean, I understand he has.
They got poked in the eye.
Oh, so what? I've poked myself in there with my pan many times.
Okay,
it doesn't make a difference.
Now, since
Wait,
everyone
but you
agrees,
said Prince James brought Cleveland down?
He did.
We'll
talk about that
before we get into the LeBron James situation. Now, if you guys all seem to agree on the New York Knicks situation, who do you think's coming out of the East? Is it pretty obvious it's Boston?
In the finals?
Yeah.
It's Boston.
I'm going to say Miami.
Oh, Miami.
No, not Miami. That team has not gelled yet. You have to go with the Celtics.
Wait, they won 11 in a row, Chip.
Come on.
So what? Just wait.
20-8.
Just
20-8
wait.
right now. 11 straight, dominant at home. They're meshing. They're getting together right now.
And how
We
has
got
LeBron
Eric
done
here
in...
now.
Let me finish! How has LeBron done in the postseason? He's always fallen.
Those have been on bad teams, Chip.
The Cavaliers they had a little bit of talent there. LeBron brought him up, but he couldn't really do it in the postseason.
But now he's got the supporting cast and the bench. The bench is
Jordan
deep.
never had a supporting cast.
He had
Eddie
Pippen and
House.
Rodman.
Oh, Rodman came later.
Still.
One guy, but he has
2 words. Bill Cartwright.
One word for LeBron. Wuss.
All right, so then what? Okay, since the talk of the NBA so far seems to be about Boston, New York, the Lakers, and obviously Miami. What about the San Antonio Spurs? What about the start they've had? No one has given them any love so far. Any thoughts on that, guys?
Well, 21-3, I believe. Not bad. Okay, not bad. But they got the big rodeo road trip, the annual road trip this year coming up. So we'll see how they fare on the road, and we'll tell a little bit more after that.
Spurs 21-3. I'll take them. I'll take them in the West.
Tim Duncan, he's getting old. Okay, he's not the go-to guy anymore.
So
the offense has changed a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. Tony Parker, if he can get past cheating on his wife and whatnot, we'll see what he can do.
I had a wife. I know how it is.
I'd have to agree, though. I mean, San Antonio, they have a veteran team. You know, they've been together for, I don't know.
They've been, a long time.
A ton of years together.
They've won
Tony Parker,
championships.
Duncan, Ginobili. You know, they've been there before. I think they can do it again. But there are some contenders in the West that'll be tough.
And now without Parker's ball and chain, he's going to be really fresh for the playoffs. Spurs all the way, I think.
All right, so it's agreed, huh? Spurs going to win it?
Yep.
Do the Spurs come out of the West, Chip?
Absolutely.
Any sleepers? Do you guys have any team that's going to surprise everyone along the way or anything? Or
I'm going to go with the Denver Nuggets.
Denver Nuggets?
If Carmelo stays there all year, they get Kenyon Martin back, the Birdman comes back, they're going to get back to where they were 2 years ago. They're going back to the Western Conference Finals. That's if there's a sleeper. Do I think... I don't know. We'll see. Lakers, Spurs, possibly. But if there's a sleeper, I do like the Nuggets if Carmelo's still there.
To go all the way?
All the way?
Come May, June. I didn't say final. I'm just saying the sleeper.
I'm talking to your buddy Ray.
Oh, I got a couple sleepers too, though. I
can't wait to hear this.
One of them you may think it's biased, but watch out. The Chicago Bulls. Hey, I know. Hey, they've been on a winning streak lately. Although they did lose Noah, and
he's out 10 weeks.
Yeah, so that's going to hurt a little. But if they can somehow make up ground and stay on pace, I think they have a good shot at making a run for it.
I mean, I do have a sleeper myself. It's not a team that'll go all the way, but I think it's a team that will make the playoffs. That before the season started, no one thought.
You say the Pacers?
Yes,
Pacers.
Oh.
Hibbert's improving.
They're 12-13 right now. They've beaten some of the better teams in the league. They've beaten Miami. Yeah, they've beaten LA. You got to give them some sort of credit.
Although they do need Danny Granger to stay healthy.
Yes, I mean Danny Granger has been out, but he just came back and they won.
And to back up Ray here on a point, in the East, you could be 30 games under 500 and still make the playoffs. So, hey, in all fairness, the Pacers may indeed get into the playoffs.
The East is, okay, I have to give you that. It is kind of a joke, especially if Stoudemire's playing for the Knicks. That's besides the point. Indiana has no chance. What I just saw on that right there is their win streak is one. That's it. They're not going anywhere. I don't know what that's worse than Denver. They're not going to go anywhere.
Chicago Bulls.
Chicago Bull. Not going to happen. I like the Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix Suns, they just traded Jason Richardson away.
That's okay. They have Steve Nash.
But
that's
they
all
did
I have
Vince
to
Carter.
Say. They did get Vince Carter. But Steve Nash is the leader.
Do you think Vince Carter will help that team, with them losing Richardson and Hato Turkoglu?
Maybe, but I still think Steve Nash is that captain of that team, and he's going to bring them.
So you think Steve Nash is like the Amari Stoudemire for the Suns?
No, he's better than Amari because he passes. He shoots more than 2 feet away. He is a very skilled player, and he's Canadian. Who would have thought?
What about Orlando? No one said anything about Orlando, huh? Getting Arenas to go with Howard?
Yeah, well, they got Arenas, they got Jason Richardson, and they got Hato Turkoglu back.
Arenas can keep the guns out of the arena. If get back on track, they'll be all right.
I'm wishing for something that's not going to come true.
All right, since we're still in the NBA, let's move on to our next topic, which is the Miami Heat. And now since the talk with LeBron and Bosh all together with Dwayne Wade, they seem to be gelling right now, and they're on a pretty big win streak. Any thoughts on the Heat? Are they syncing together right now?
Well, like we said before here, Max, 11 in a row. They're starting to come together at the beginning of the year. You can't just assemble a group of all-stars the way that they did and expect them opening week to just jump out there and start blowing teams out of the water. They're starting to come together. Mike Miller's coming back. He's going to help them from beyond the arc. They're going to be all right.
Yeah, I believe when they were on their 8th win in a row, they were winning games by at least 17 points a game.
I like how you looked at me when you said 8 games in a row. It was also to
They're on 11 now.
very beatable. I don't care if they won 12 in a row. Beat somebody good. Beat somebody with a lot of talent, LeBron. You have the superstars that you wanted. You couldn't do it by yourself, LeBron. So I think the Heat are a mess that are just going to fall apart.
We'll see.
Prince James.
It's your boy, huh? LeBron?
He's not my boy, Max. Come on. Host the show and do your job. You're not doing well today at all.
All right, so it's time to leave the NBA, and now let's jump into some football here since the NFL season is winding down with a few weeks left. Our main topic right now, the New England Patriots. They've been on fire lately, so right now, can anyone stop them? Is Tom Brady the best quarterback ever?
Well, first of all, to jump in on that one too, there's two teams in the AFC that are going to beat them, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, the Jets just proved last week that they are clearly not the team that are going to beat the Patriots, okay? And all I got to say is either Pittsburgh or Baltimore, the AFC Championship game, that's going to prove my theory right there.
Honestly, I think Pittsburgh and Baltimore, they definitely have the better team, but they could not beat them the first time, which has me a little bit worried. They need to keep pressure on Brady, because that offensive line is good. They make Brady. Brady doesn't make himself. It starts with Belichick, the line, the receivers, then Brady. So yes, he can be beat by Baltimore or Pittsburgh, because I'm a big Ben fan. I'll take him over Brady any day. At least he's got guts.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, if they can put pressure on Brady, they can definitely stop him. Also, I mean, those teams, their running game has to be there, during that game. If it's not, I mean, Tom Brady will just slice them apart.
Or the line will slice them apart.
As good as Tom Brady is in that offense, their defense just isn't there. Some games it is, some games it's not. But Pittsburgh, they can run the ball. Ben can throw the ball. Same with Baltimore. They got a good running game. Flacco, they've got dynamite receivers there in Baltimore. And if it has to come down to an offensive shootout, we'll see what happens. But
Flacco, I worry about.
True, but the receivers, I mean, Hoosh, and Bolden, I mean, they've got it. Mason, Heap, even tight end. I mean, they've got the targets out there.
If he stays healthy.
True, that's true.
And that's the key right there is health for everybody. But I mean, you got to give the Patriots credit. Without Randy Moss, they still seem to be gelling
Randy
together.
Moss is a cancer. Wes Welker is where it's at. He is better than Randy Moss. He doesn't complain. He catches everything.
Deon Branch is back there too now in New England, so.
And he's doing okay. Hernandez, Woodhead is probably surprising everybody, but that starts with the offensive line.
Yeah, he's one of the big sleepers this year. We'll get to that later too on fantasy football sleepers. But our next topic.
So what about Tom Brady though? Chip, get into that. Is he the best ever?
No, he's not the best ever. First of all, he's very one-dimensional. He can't scramble. He has all day to throw the ball. Oh, gee. Yeah, we look at that picture.
There you see Tom Brady there with.
He could drink 2 water bottles, down them all, and then throw the ball. Anybody can do that. And his receivers are always open, and that's because he has such good protection. He is not the best ever.
So then, in your mind, Chip, then, who is the best ever?
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana? Ray, Deon, any thoughts? Best
Well,
ever?
Chip, let me throw a few numbers at you here. Tom Brady, he was the 199th pick back in 2000.
Good
199th. Okay. Who else has been picked that high in the draft and has come out 3 Super Bowls, okay, 2
MVPs.
Super Bowl MVPs on top of that, 5 Pro Bowls, and a career passer rating of 95? How many other guys picked 199 can say they have those?
Well, I'll tell you one thing with those Super Bowls. First of all, I have to go with the Tuck rule. He would not have gone to that.
We'll give you that one. We'll give you that
And
one.
the defense won that Super Bowl for them. And I don't really remember any touchdown drive. I remember Adam Vinatieri kicking the game winner.
Who marched him down the field to get him into field goal range?
His receivers.
And I'm not saying Brady's the best ever. I'm just
He's not
arguing
the
the
best
point
ever.
that he's up there. He's got to be up there in consideration.
Maybe, but he's not very exciting. He doesn't. All he does is dink and dunk. He doesn't throw any bombs.
If they win the Super Bowl this year, though, I mean, you definitely got to put him in consideration of the best ever.
Well, I'm not.
I think so too. I think
And
if
he's
they,
still got some years left.
I think if they win it this year, that pretty much seals his fate as one of the best ever.
Well, only my opinion matters, and it's not.